Hello everybody, my hair is like such a mess. Oh my gosh. So the reason why I'm starting this live video early is because I have a friend bringing a dog that I haven't seen in for like ever. So I told her, I was like, well, I really want to see the dog, so I'm going to go ahead and read from The Wish. And let's see how many chapters we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 chapters left. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just like, oh. So, yeah, I'm just gonna like start this reading an hour before I normally do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read. I don't know if she's coming or not, but I'm like, I guess I can just go ahead and just read it. So the last chapter that I read was that Olivia went to the library to do some research, and she met Gina, and that was the first time you met her, but like you weren't like in her head or anything, which you will be in her head chapter 27, and we're only on 22, I think. No, I'm sorry, 23. So she goes to the library and she does her own research on what these entities, creatures could be, and then she meets Gina, and Gina keeps looking above her head, and Olivia doesn't know why. So then Gina wanted to help Olivia because Gina is a psychic, a medium, and a paranormal researcher. So Gina wants to help her, but she wants to kind of like show Olivia like her world. So this is where we're actually leaving off. We're leaving off from there. So I'm excited about this chapter because you get to know more about Olivia. Or, I mean, about Gina. Okay, I want to make sure that my phone is... Okay, there you go. I just wanted to make sure my volume was all the way up. Okay, so, chapter 23. Oh, wait a minute. This is starting off with Olivia. Or Inga. Oh, never mind. Okay. So, okay. How much is my... I just had to make sure that my battery was all the way charged, because it was dead when I came over here. Okay, chapter 23. Inga walked to a closet and swung the wooden doors open, making the bottles clink together. A big shelf held colorful vials in all sizes and shapes. Olive, square, tall, short, big, small, wide, thin, and in every color imaginable. Some held fingers covered in rotten flesh. Some had eyeballs. There was one vial in particular that she wanted. She pushed 2 out of the way. They fell to the hard wooden floor and shattered into small pieces. Flames burst out and then faded away. Inga grabbed the square black vial and turned around. She walked across the room and gritted her teeth. If you need something done, you might as well do it yourself, she said. Olivia's soul will be mine, she said, gripping the black vial. Inga added dried black herbs in a black old rusted bowl. She pulled some strips of rotten flesh out of the vase, then dropped it in the bowl. She added a small drop of blood from her fingertip. She twisted the cap off the vial and watched the dark mist rise from it, then enter the bowl. Candles were lit in each corner of the room. The solid black flames flickered as a thin smoke rose from them. A light streamed out of the potion bottle and circled around her. A darkness lifted around the room. It floated to the ceiling like a big thunder cloud. A strike of lightning lit the cloud. She felt the pressure of its evilness filling her body. The destructive evil swayed around her. She screamed in anger. It made her stronger and more powerful than ever. She groaned demonically. The emerald glowed brighter and brighter. The children's voices screamed and yelled from it. It dangled from her neck. It echoed around her. Inga tipped her head back, raising the diamond, gripping it, feeling the energy from the children's souls. Olivia Bell McGallett is mine, she said with a malevolent tone. Olivia stood in front of the bathroom mirror, and pulled her shirt off, then turned her back. Dry blood still remained where the cuts were. They didn't look as bad anymore, but they do need to be cleansed. It felt gross and nasty. Okay, I just remembered. Olivia went home from the library. Sorry. So actually she is home. She was thrown across the room and she hit a mirror and glass got cut into her back. So that's actually where we're left off. She stepped over to the side of the tub and pulled the drain, then turned the handle to medium as water poured out. She stopped next to a little table and turned the CD player on to the sound of waves crashing and birds in the background. It was relaxing and peaceful. Once the tub was filled, Batman, stop it. Leave her alone. Once the tub was filled, she turned the water off and slipped her foot into the warm water, then laid down in it. Bubbles popped around her thin body and over her legs and stomach. The water covered her body from the shoulders down to her feet. She grabbed the purple washcloth her mom had left for her on the edge of the tub. She dipped it in the water, then washed the front of her legs and stomach. Everything that had happened to her kept playing through her mind like a movie. Stop it. Batman's being naughty. Who is Inga, and why is she scaring me? Who's the little boy in my dreams? And where did the demons come from? She dropped the cloth and held her breath, then slipped under the water for 5 seconds. A sharp, cold breeze bolted across her toes. Ooh, it's getting interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. She flew up out of the water and wiped her head to the side to see what it was. The bathroom door was ajar, but nobody was standing on the threshold. The hallway was exposed. Maybe the window was open. It was closed. Mom, Dad, are you out there? She waited, but there was no response. Olivia leaned back into the water and gazed at her feet. Maybe the air from the vent had pushed the door open. But Mom probably had the air on too high. Who wouldn't? It sure is hot outside. She wouldn't sit around and sweat all day. A stabbing pain blasted through her. Olivia screamed and her body stiffened in pain. She reached for the edge of the tub and tried to lift herself up, but couldn't. The pain throbbed harder and faster. She gritted her teeth and clenched her fists to tolerate the pain. Tears emerged through her closed eyelids. They burned and stung. She opened them and saw a black mass reveal itself. A sick feeling settled in the pit of her stomach. Within seconds, Inga manifested herself and lifted her head and grinned at Olivia. My turn, she said in a heavy, demonic voice. Olivia's heart leaped into her throat. Olivia forced herself towards Olivia, her bony arms and fingers reaching out. Sharp pressure spread out through her skull. She saw Inga under the warm water. It was crystal clear. Water rushed up into her nose and made it hard to hold her breath. She tasted it in her mouth. Olivia kicked her feet, splashing water on the floor, crashing like waves. If she kept doing that, then maybe her parents would be able to hear her. She splashed and kicked. The shampoo bottles fell to the floor. Olivia's head came up. Inga gripped around her neck was so tight she couldn't speak. You must die, just like your ancestors. Olivia's eyes widened as one flash after another shot through her mind. She saw Inga giving them crystal stones. In time, little kids disappeared. Inga cackled and pushed her head under the water again and again. Once again, her head came up from the water, and just when she thought her life was about to end, she saw her parents run in front of the door. Her mom screamed, "Oh, God." Inga raised a hand and bent her fingers towards her. The door slammed shut. Oh, my pages are sticking together. Ooh. Olivia held her breath and reached for the edge of the tub. If she didn't try to fight back, she was going to die. Olivia's head came up above the water. She was breathless and heard her dad slam up against the door. "Spook, get down. Get down. Get down. Let's go." Okay. Inga squeezed her hands around Olivia's neck tighter. "Die, my child." So bright, Olivia saw it through the water. Her head lifted up from under the water and she gasped for air. Inga placed a hand on Olivia's jaw, forcing her mouth to open. Her eyes turned bright red. Black and red light glowed, coming from her mouth and entering into Olivia's windpipe. Olivia's body numbed. She couldn't move or scream. She turned her eyes and looked down at her hand. She looked down at her hand on the edge of the tub. She saw a light shine from underneath her skin, exposing the size and shape of her bones. She felt the energy suck out of her body right into Inga's mouth. The diamond glowed brighter. Olivia's eyes rolled in the back of her head. A loud gunshot tore through the house. The wood in the door splintered. "Batman, no." "No." And some of it landed in the bathtub on top of Olivia. The door handle flew across the room and hit the side of the tub. It disturbed Inga. The door flew open and slammed against the wall. Inga's hands came loose from Olivia's neck. The energy was forced back into her body. She gasped for air. Her whole body felt limp and sore. Olivia's dad raised the shotgun. "You can't have my baby girl." He pulled the trigger. Oh no, I lost my spot. Oh. The blast from the shotgun threw Inga back as she disappeared through the wall. Olivia's mom grabbed a towel and helped her out of the tub. Olivia coughed up water. Blood mixed in with it. Her hands flat on the floor. Before leaving the bathroom, her dad checked the hall. Olivia's dad ran to her side, lifted her up and carried her down the stairs, then laid her on the couch. "Olivia." He slid her hair from her face. "Olivia, can you hear me?" She nodded, feeling the need to pass out. Her mom grabbed some clothes from the dryer, then ran back into the living room and helped her get dressed. Olivia's dad stood up, held the gun in his hand, and studied the room. Olivia knew he wasn't about to let it go. Suddenly, Olivia felt a chill in the air around her. Okay. Something appeared in the kitchen. First, it was a black mist, just like what she'd seen in the bathroom. Then it transformed into the shape of the person. Into the shape of a person. 3 black horns, from small to large, appeared in a row on its head and down the shoulders to its wrist. Black claws about an inch long sprouted from the fingers. Solid black eyes looked right at her. Olivia tried not to look at it, but it was right there. Tears filled her eyes. Her lips trembled. "What is it, Olivia?" he panicked. "What do you see?" Her mom screamed. Her dad turned around and aimed, but it was too late. It had moved too fast. "What the hell was that thing?" her dad yelled. "A demon," Olivia mumbled. She touched her head and looked at her hand. She noticed more blood. It wasn't gushing out. Her mom was staring at her with tears in her eyes. "What do you want?" her dad asked. Olivia didn't want to say it, but she did. "Me. They're trying to kill me." Another demon shot across the kitchen table. Just as it did, Olivia's dad fired and hit the table. Like a bomb going off, wood flew up in the air, hitting the ceiling, then landing on the floor. To be continued. Okay, so that was chapter 23. Holy crap. Oh, where do I even begin? Does anybody have any comments on that one? I don't know how I would react if my child was being attacked by a demon. I really don't know. I think I would be upset and angry. Like, my 2 cats, Batman and Spook, are like my kids. So, like, if I was in the living room and I noticed that his body just went rolling across the floor like he was shoved, I would get, like, so mad, and I would be screaming, like, "Leave him alone! Don't touch him! Leave my cat alone!" And, I think that I don't know. I hope to God that don't ever happen, but that scene, I have to admit, was fun to write, but the only thing that I had a hard time writing was the scene where Olivia was being attacked in the tub, and she was being pushed under the water, because I'm afraid of water, and I don't like going underwater because, like, it scares me, and I have a big fear of water. So I probably, before I published it, I actually did get in the tub and I was trying to go under the water, but it scared me and I couldn't do it. So I had to just make it up. But my cousin, I have a cousin named Olivia, and she used to swim, and she had to help me with just that scene. And so, like, when you go under the water, this soap burns your nose and your throat, so I had to put that in. And then so that scene was kind of hard to write. And then the one scene where Inga was, like, tightening her hands around Olivia's throat, I never had that happen to me. I was like, maybe I should tighten my hands around my throat, but then I was like, no, I better not do that, because I could squeeze too hard and accidentally make myself pass out. So I was like, okay, I don't want to do that. So that scene was a little challenging to write, that chapter, but other than that, I had fun to write it. So that was chapter 23. If you have any questions or comments, just go ahead and comment down. So there was something else that I wanted to show you guys. So you all know that I did finish the Keeper of Souls series. The Wish, Awakened Evil, Wicked Curse, and Mystical. I finished those. I left the box downstairs. So, I have 4, I actually have 8 books out, which I didn't even realize that. Well, actually 9 now. Actually, I have 9 books out now. I thought I had only 7, but I don't. I have 4 books in the Keeper of Souls series, and then I have Home, Teenager, Love Myself, and Warriors. 5, 6, and then 8. So that's 8, including Guardian. So now I have 9 books out. Holy crap. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys this copy. So this is the actual author copy. This is not the proof copy. Before I ordered this, I wanted to order an author copy so I can look at it the way it is now, because this is how I will be selling it. So this is what the front cover looks like. If you guys haven't seen my the unboxing of the proof copy, I will definitely put that in the description box or whatever, and you guys can go and see it, or you can just go to my YouTube channel and just type in Ashley-Bell, and it'll bring up all of my playlists, and this will be on the Trixie Creative Writing Sessions playlist. So this is the front cover. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So this is the front cover, and it says Guardian, and then the Sword of Realm series, and then Ashley-Bell, and then author of the Keeper of Soul series. So, excuse me. There's a lot of reasons for the designs on the front. I don't know if I really want to like tell you guys what they mean. Maybe in the future, after this book is out for a few months, maybe I can just explain what it is. But anyways, so I really want to show you what the font looks like. It's probably nothing exciting, but when you first open it, I love it. So this is chapter 1 right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Wait, right here. How can you guys see it? I don't know. It's kind of blurry. But anyways, this is what, I just love that. So when you first start reading the book, this is what it will look like. So over here, it tells you all the books I have out, which is The Wish, Awakened Evil, Wicked Curse, Mystical, the Keeper of Soul series, and then I have a poetry collection, Home, Teenager, Love Myself, Warriors, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, including Guardian. So I have 9 books out. Holy moly. I did not know I would make it this far. I mean, I was hoping I was going to publish more books, but anyways. So, this right here is Guardian. This is all of the font. I kind of spaced it over a little bit, so. But anyways, and then here's the back of it, which I ordered another copy because I added a last minute scene. And I needed to add more to this because there just wasn't enough, I didn't think. So, I don't know if I have. Oh, and then there's my author photo. It's not the best one, but it's just like my author bio or whatever. So anyways, yeah, so this is Guardian, the first book in the Sword of Realm series, and it's about 13-year-old Trixie McPalmer. She isn't the most popular girl, and she keeps having dreams of a girl named Crystal, and she has a best friend named Abby, and she has a dog named Ben, and her mom and dad, so her dad travels and her mom sells houses for a living. So you don't really hear her first name very much. You'll when you read this, you'll hear it like maybe once or twice, because Trixie always says mom, mom, mom. So then Crystal comes along, and Trixie puts the ring on, and the ring transforms, well, it's like a gemstone, and then it transforms into a ring around her finger, and that means she is chosen to be a guardian to the Sword of Realms right here. And then that's all I'm going to say, because when I order the books, you guys are going to have to buy it, and you're going to have to figure out what this means. So there was a lot of fantasy in it, and there's a lot of adventure, and I'm really, really excited to, order more copies and get this into your guys' hands. So I can read the blurb to you. Okay, so moving into a new house was supposed to be a fresh start and new memories. 13-year-old Tracy McPalmer has mixed feelings about the new house. She didn't feel normal. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't feel normal like the others across the street. What she didn't know was that the basement had its own story to tell. Something magical and mysterious dwelled in the rabbit hole. Rabbit hole! That's why those are rabbit. Okay, so this is already 26 minutes long. Only a half an hour. That's not really bad. Okay, so I'm just so excited. I seriously thought about maybe starting to do a separate live stream for reading this, but I think I'm gonna actually wait until like probably the first 2 books is out, because I'm finally getting inspiration for the second book and I'm not as anxious or stressed out. So anyways, that is it for this live stream. Okay, I gotta get my planner out so you guys know when the next one is. Okay, so tomorrow I am doing farmers market up here on the west side of the square, and on my poetry copies did come in. So if you wanted to order a copy and I did not have them, I will have them up on the square tomorrow, which that will be from 8 in the morning till 12 at noon. Okay, it's July now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so tomorrow is Saturday the 10th, and I will be reading, or no, not reading, sorry. I'm doing farmers market on the west side of the square at 8 o'clock a.m. to 12 at noon. And then my coffee chat, which I'll probably have a lot to talk about because a lot's been going on. So Tuesday the 13th, I will be doing a coffee chat, number 13, at 9 a.m. unless something comes up like what happened tonight. 6 o'clock. Okay. And then I'm doing farmers market on the 13th from 3 o'clock to 5:30. And then Wednesday, my next reading will be Wednesday, the 14th. I'll be doing chapter 24. I should write that down. Chapter 24. And then I have prayer meeting at 7. And then Friday the 16th, I'm doing another live reading, which will be chapter 25. Yeah. Why? Okay, I'm totally messed up with my chapters. 23. My next live is 24. Okay. And then I'm cleaning the church. Okay. And then Saturday the 17th, I'm doing farmers market again from 8 to 12. So that is it for the next week. Oh, I love doing these live readings. They're so much fun. Okay, so that is it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And thank you all so much for joining me. And I will see you in the next live. I hope you all have a good and safe weekend. Bye. Batman, do you want to say bye? There's Spook. Do you guys see her? She's right there. I had popcorn last night and she's licking the bowl. Spook. Hi, baby. Are you gonna say bye to everybody? Bye. Spook. There's Spook. Finally, you guys get to see her. Right there. Yeah, that's my other cat, Spook. She doesn't really like to be around other people. Batman doesn't either, but Spook. Hi. Hi. Okay, I gotta seriously go.